From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big evening of LA, direct from Santa Monica with your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over those monthly stimulus checks and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. And then we cut to the recon. Done, deal, signed, sealed. The $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people. It's a done deal because it passed on Tuesday. Recon procedural is in the books. We'll go over those checks and what type of checks you're getting and why this is the single biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel and why the Purple Hawks are going to kill it. Then we go over the president's message about this recon, and then we got to the incredible praise that came in for Bernie Sanders today and what Bernie Sanders said about these things as well. Chuck Schumer and even Mitch McConnell praising Bernie Sanders about the passage of the $3.5 trillion, the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel. We'll go over all this money, what you're getting, and how you're getting it. And then, of course, the talk of the town is the LALATE alerts. Now, nationwide, the only alert system for a news organization ever launched in less than 24 hours. If you haven't subscribed, you need to at news.lalate.com because it's a great night and the excitement's starting right here, right now on Evenings LALATE. Hey, good evening, everybody. It's a beautiful day across the board as we go into the final minutes of the evening. Your fourth stimulus check recon passed on Tuesday. $3.5 trillion of checks coming to you, signed, sealed, and delivered across the board. We'll go over what those checks mean for you in the third part of this video. Stay to the final 15 minutes of this video. First, we'll go over those monthly stimulus checks, and then we'll go over the praise coming for Bernie Sanders. And Bernie Sanders responding today about this passage, calling it a transformative event for the American people. Biggest payout you've ever seen in the history of this channel, and why the president is absolutely ecstatic about this as well. We'll go over all this money and why it's not a day to be a donetta. Or a donetto. In fact, it will not even be a fall or a month or a winter to be one as well. And with that, thank you for joining me on a big day of LALATE. She just loves those donuts, doesn't she? And this is LALATE, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Live in the morning and then taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video to 3,000 likes and consider becoming a member so you get all the incredible sums of money. And in this recording, we're going to see the new success stories as well. Meantime, if you've not signed up for those LALATE alerts, they're the talk of the town. And yes, finally, the YouTube alerts are back, but the LALATE alerts are staying because everyone's loving them. The only channel across the globe that has ever rolled out a news alert system in less than 24 hours, and everyone's doing it. You go to news.lalate.com/alerts. You put in your name and email address, and then look for that confirmation email. Hit the subscribe button. It's a blue button. Hit it. It's a confirmation, and then it says thank you, and you start getting alerts like a video, like an alert for the noontime show shown here. Let's go over those monthly stimulus checks: Senate versus House, House versus Senate, and why more Democrats are talking about it. Everyone's talking about it. Let's go over the details starting right now. Who is the real big, what is the prices and what are the amounts they're talking about monthly? And they're mostly talking about $2,000. Warren, Sanders, and Wyden just days ago telling the president have to have a monthly stimulus check and it needs to go into the fourth stimulus package. Price tag unsaid. AOC, Omar on the House side, telling the president the same thing. Monthly stimulus check, fourth stimulus package, price tag $2,000 a pop. Every monthly check should be $2,000. Then we have the House bill, pandemic plus 1 year monthly stimulus check, $1,000 after the first month of $2,000. And finally, we have the House Ways and Means Committee, who actually write the fourth stimulus, saying they're going to be writing a fourth stimulus check and it will be monthly, but they don't say the amount, and a fifth stimulus check for next year. And finally, the American petition calling for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks. Nearly 3 to 4 million Americans have signed that petition. And who gets this forced stimulus check? You do. Single individuals, 75,000 or less. Democrats represent, you get a forced stimulus check. Married couple, 150,000 or less. Democrats represent, you get a forced stimulus check. Married, double it. Family of 4. Democrats represent, you get a forced stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Democrats represent, you get a forced stimulus check. The forced stimulus check is not income. It's not taxable. The forced stimulus check will be the same amount for everyone, including adult dependents. And the forced stimulus check would not be a waivable check. So if you do go to the casino tonight and you see someone stumbling out the door after having too many of those Nancy Pelosi $12 ice creams, it's the check. So don't wave at it, because it will see 2 of you. LALATE, I see 2 of you. Check, that's fine, so long as I see reoccurring versions of you. In the second half of this video, we go over the incredible details of that recon that passed. $3.5 trillion of checks coming to you. Signed, sealed, delivered, and confirmed. It's coming up. But first, vote House of Senate. House of Senate, tell me where you're tuning in from tonight and how the weather is. Jump in the live chat and tell me House or Senate and how the weather is. Boy, we have a lot of success stories today. And I had asked you, if you're on social media, send me your success stories for rent, utilities, food, or internet. And at Twitter, Instagram, and also Facebook, LALATE. And boy, the success stories came in. Let's look at those numbers. Shannon says, I told my friend LALATE about you, and she went on, and now she's addicted to you. Oh, I am very addicting. I'm more addictive than $12 ice cream. She received $9,000 for rent, $5,000 for utilities, and $6,000 a year for SNAP. You rock, LALATE. I need my calculator for this one. This is $11,000, $9,000. So that's over $20,000. Wow. Congratulations, Shannon and her friend. Don, words of encouragement. I finally received my EIDL target advance, $15,000. I couldn't be more ecstatic. Thank you, LALATE, for all you do. Thank you, Don. Mary got $6,400 for rent. Joanne got $9,500 for SNAP with Crayola King. Thank you. Then she went back and got $400 for electric and $600 for rent. And Becca Legan and Crayola got $2,400 for rent. So let's get a pen paper ready. I want to get some money for rent, utilities, food, or internet starting right now. The numbers are going bigger and bolder every single day. You've seen that trend line? I've seen that trend line, because Purple Hawks are really pouncing and realizing, I got to go bigger and better than it was the week before. So how much people getting for rent? Let's look at the numbers. Bam. Oh, my goodness. Elizabeth getting $27,000 for rent. Mark getting $25,000 for rent. Nancy, $24,000 for rent. Nisi getting $20,000. And Richard, $22,000 for rent. Yesterday, Johnny told me in his wonderful comment on social media, private messaging, that he got $10,000 for EIDL, $1,800 of taxes, $9,000 of utilities, and $21,000 of rent. That's $40,000. That's $41,000. Johnny, I think you did really well. Johnny getting $41,000. And then we had Robert the day before getting $18,000 for rent, $16,000 for SNAP, and $7,000 for utilities. Let's compare that to this. Bam. Yeah, he's on the high end. So Robert got $7,000 for utilities. That brings Robert's grand total to 23. My goodness, Robert may be over almost $50,000. 16, 7, and 18. Wow, that's a lot of money. Keep on doing your wonderful job. Keep God bless you. I'm a member. I go by Dread, DRDDD. Congratulations. There are the numbers for utilities. Let's look at SNAP. Bam. Oh my goodness. Look at those numbers. Louis getting $18,000. John $10,000 and Nancy $5,000. She made it to the Triple Crown. Who else made it to the Triple Crown? Can we look at the numbers on the graphic? There it is. Wow. Nancy getting $32,000. Mark getting $32,000. Nisi $23,000 for 3 items, and Mark getting $32,000 for 2 items. Mark, what are you doing in my graphic about 2 items? Mark's on my graphic about 3 items with 2 for the following reason, because he has a great story. Mark had 2 items at $32,000, but for 5 days on camera, I said to Mark, go get money for the SNAP, because it's a snap. That's why they call it that. And guess what? 3 wonderful things came from Mark on that story. Number 1, he got SNAP within 5 days. Can you imagine? That's the Purple Power spirit. Number 2, He told his neighbor about me, and that neighbor got $20,000 of rent in less than 5 days. Just like Chanan's neighbor, the friend that we started this video with. And then finally, Mark got Snap. How much do you think I got? He got a lot. Mark got $19,000 of Snap, bringing his grand total to $50,500. And yeah, you've seen other viewers in the last 2 days getting perhaps close to $60,000. And we're not done with that because Lorraine went to $100,000. And this is what we do. This is LALATE. We've been doing this since day one in spring of last year. This channel launched because people had applied for the EIDL loan and their applications were not getting approved. They were stalled. So for day on, day off, I was going on camera and off camera trying to get their applications approved. Out of that 330, 331, 48 vortex bombshell, and I got them approved. $25 million of EIDL loans approved because of these recordings, saving their businesses, their homes, and their employees' homes. But in the fall of 2020, second stimulus was not coming, and you needed the money. So I stepped forward and I got the viewers the money. And how much? $250,000 of rent, like Tyrone Family 4 out of Boston, getting $15,000, $16,000 of rent from December to the new year. And now we're doing it bigger and bolder than ever before because, boy, you see the numbers are going up. I see them. Every single day, the incremental items, Snap or the utilities, higher than the week before because you're killing it. So get in pen and paper ready right now because I'm going to go over this big money for you right now. We're going to get some rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners assistance. And it starts right now. Here are some introductory remarks. Number one, I want you to reach out to 6 places and do not stop at 1. So if one says no, do not stop because they have their own eligibility criterion. Each is different. If one says no, reach out to the next. They have their own pot of money as well. Listen to the keywords I say in the video. Also, every state has the same amount of money per citizen. So no state has more money than another state. And finally, don't insert disqualification ideas in your mind because it's not true. They don't give money to people with surfboards. Untrue. There you go. Here's where you're going to reach out to. Your city hall, your city housing authority. Your county hall, your county housing authority. Your state hall, your state housing authority. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID. Rent or mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. You don't say words they don't know, like stimulus, or Mitch Attini. Who? Mitch Attini. I don't know her. No, it's the drink. Sorry, sir, you reached the wrong phone number. So don't say those words. And congratulations to Tim and Linda who got that wonderful pot of money. The next pot of the money is the money for Snap. But if you got rent or utilities, post your success stories in the live chat. Snap, you see the numbers going bigger and bolder. $19,000 for Mark, $18,000 for Louis, $10,000 to $12,000 for John. And Len Glenn got it for herself, her son, and her mom. Gail got as well. When is Snap? Snap is money for food. How do you get it? Department of Agriculture. How much does it pay? A lot. Eligibility is easier than a stimulus check. Why would you not get it? Because it's a Snap. So go get it. And if you heard the breaking news that's on this channel a week ago last Monday, oh my goodness, it was wonderful, great news. The great news is that Department of Agriculture made the announcement. Everyone's benefits nationwide are going up automatically starting in October, an average of 25% lifetime, yes. So Mark, he's going up from the incredible number of $25,000, from $19,000 to about $25,000 for money. And there you go. If you got money for Snap, post your success story in the live chat. We now turn to that return of money from your state due to overpayment of unemployment benefits and a computer error. The federal government has ordered that money returned back to you and telling the states to upgrade their computers. The computers of most of the states are on Windows 10, which is the Windows 1910 version. The one when the computer was made out of wood. They thought they were sophisticated because they upgraded from the computer that was made out of stone. They're just getting out of Stone Age into the Wood Age. Yeah, next is like the plexiglass age. And congratulations to those who got that wonderful pot of money. Some viewers are getting about $3,000 to $5,000. The last pot of the money is the refund check coming back from IRS. This is the wonderful sum of money. And this refund check due to IRS is coming to you direct deposit or otherwise in the mail. This is the refund check for that taxes you paid on those unemployment benefits in 2020. One viewer got $1,200. The average payout is about $1,200. Mark got $1,400, and a viewer over the weekend revealed she got $2,000. And Margaret got it, Cod got it, Michael got it. More about that in a second, but here's a personal message. This channel was launched for me to help you get money. And day in, day out, my focus is to help you get money. But also, the spirit is for you to help others. So jump in the live chat and post your success stories for rent, utilities, and Snap, because you help other people when you do it. Number one, when you post your success stories, people get inspired. People just need the oomph, the push, the inspiration to pick up the phone and call. Just call. Number two, a lot of people never realize these numbers are so big, and you're seeing what's happened day in, day out on this channel. Every day you see the numbers are growing. Utilities were 3,000, then they're 5,000, now they're 7,000, now they're 9,000. Snap. A lot of people never heard of Snap till they found this channel. Larry Maui never did. He's getting $500 a month, a lifetime, because he found this channel. Then we had Art Sullivan and Nisi, wonderful viewers getting 3 items, inspire other people to get 3 items. And now we have other viewers getting 4 items. So make that push. And finally, we realize the numbers are bigger and bolder than ever before. So post your success stories in the live chat right now, and let's continue with that unemployment benefits. Where's it landing? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track it? Yeah. 70% of the time you can. Go to iris.gov and do a transcript search and reveal the taxes you paid, the tax return you filed, and the refund check you're getting. 70% of the time it does. And then it'll reveal stuff you wish you'd never seen. Oh, the ingredient list of Michatini. Why did I have to see that? Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the second part of your Fourth Stimulus Check Update 2021, starting right now, deal done, signed, sealed, and delivered. The $3.5 trillion recon is now a done deal. What do I mean? Over the last 2 weeks, I had said the expression done deal because it was an easy pass. They had agreed before they started the process, the Democrats, on the price tag. They had agreed to do a recon, and they agreed that they're doing a recon. If that sounds redundant, it sort of is. So they agreed they're going to do a recon of 3.5 trillion. Translation. So what happened? They agreed on Tuesday to a recon of 3.5 trillion. That means that a recon is coming to you with a payout of $3.5 trillion of generally application-based checks for you. Wow. First stimulus recon this big, second stimulus this big, third stimulus this big, this one this big. First through third were mostly checks for corporations. This is all checks for you of all different types. So guaranteed, pass, done, signed, sealed, and delivered. More about those checks in the third part of this video. Stay in the final 15 minutes as we go over what are some of these checks of that $3.5 trillion magnitude. We got to this wonderful spot by taking roads and bridges out of the recon, putting it into the bipartisan. The higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder was the pass, says a conservative publication confirming my reporting. But by allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending for the recon, the roads and bridges to put it into the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. In other words, the bipartisan made the recon passable. Now, there's a reason why you tune into this channel, because I tell you news, sometimes weeks before it happens. And I had told you for weeks that the Democrats had met before they started the recon process, and I don't just mean senators, I also mean House members, had met with the president to ask what price and when and how, and they said, deal, 3.5 trillion, and we're going to do it. So this was an uneventful vote on Tuesday when they passed the recon, because I had told you it was going to pass. They had already agreed upon it when they started the whole process. And that's why Ilhan Omar, Democrat, Minnesota, progressive, and Representative Rishi Torres, Democrat, New York, progressive, had said, we got to do a big enough recon before they started, before they agreed upon the price tag. We have to have a larger recon. We have to have a recon that goes as big as bold as we want it. Once they had agreed upon that price tag of $3.5 trillion, before they started the process, the president said, protect my recon, because we got to get it to that recon procedural vote. And that happened on Tuesday. Brian Schatz and Jalapal said that the White House considers the progressive priorities their own priorities. That's what the White House told them. So now that the recon procedural passed on Tuesday, what does that mean for us? It means you're getting a recon, you're getting $3.5 trillion of checks, generally application-based, and it's a done deal. But what is next? Recon substantive. Let's go over the difference between recon procedural, recon substantive. Let's go over bipartisan and also recon. The details start right now with the following. Number one, recon. What is recon? This is your money, also called reconciliation, also called the budget bill. Price tag 3.5 trillion, also called the Democratic spending plan, the progressive social reform plan, things like that. All checks for you. Bipartisan, not your money. This is also called roads and bridges, also called infrastructure. So we started the week with 3 bills to finish, and one you can check off the list. We're done with number 1. Recon procedural, done. Now we're on to recon substantive. and we have to finish with the bipartisan. So what's the difference between recon procedural and recon substantive? Let's go over the details starting right now. Recon procedural basically asks how much, and then recon substantive says, okay, how are we going to do it? So recon procedural asked a question which was already answered before we started the whole process. Before they started the process, they agreed upon the price tag. So the vote on Tuesday making this now law was an uneventful vote because they had already agreed upon this before they started. Price tag $3.5 trillion, and how much a committee is going to get, $10 for this committee, $20 for that committee. So what do you do with recon substantive? With recon substantive, which again did not start this week, has been underway for months, they then take the $10 the committee, and then the committee determines how to spend the money, like the terms and conditions of the money. How do we get to this wonderful spot? We got to this wonderful spot from Jalapal, who recently wrote a letter saying, "Chuck all the vote on the recon." The letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, part of 100-plus House Democrats, who recently wrote the president a letter saying, we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in that forced stimulus recon. Wow. Can we top that? Yes. As 7 members of the House Ways and Means Subcommittee recently wrote the president a letter saying, we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Wow. That is incredible, great news. But boy, they got to keep their promise. They are certainly the topic of du jour. As they said, they are putting forced stimulus checks to the forced stimulus recon when they write it, and they're giving you a fifth as well. We have the House bill, meantime, that says $1,000 a month, pandemic plus 1 year. We have AOC and Omar saying we're going to do $2,000 a month, and we have Warren, Sanders, and Wyden saying monthly, but the amount unknown. How do we get to this wonderful spot? We also got to this wonderful spot from Biden, who got it done. Biden did it. He went overseas about 8 weeks ago and had a ceremonial signature, but the real signature was days later. It's for something called the global minimum corporate tax rate. Now you don't have to worry about what this thing is because it's not in the recon, making it easier to write the recon substantive, easier to pass the recon substantive, either vote on it, and easier to make it into law. And that is the wonderful news. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, tonight on Breaking News, we go over the comments from Bernie Sanders about that historic $3.5 trillion passage this week, Chuck Schumer's comments about Bernie, Mitch McConnell's comments about Bernie, my comments about Bernie, and then we go over the incredible details about what these checks are for, how you get these checks, why Purple Hawks are going to be ready to bounce, and finally, a personal message for you as well. That's coming up in the final 15 minutes of this video, but first, if you have gotten one item from this channel over the last year because you picked up the phone, you went to a website, you opened up an app or something like that, you are ready to kill it under forced stimulus. But if you've never picked up the phone and never gotten any money since the stimulus package, since first stimulus package, I want you to do it today. I want you to pick out the phone and call for that utilities or that food or that internet. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority. State Hall, State Housing Authority. Rent assistance, mortgage assistance, utility assistance because of COVID. You'll be doing much the same thing under forced stimulus. So if you killed it already once, you have the skill set ready under forced stimulus. Meantime, if you can't get the other sums of money, reach out to the community page. Where is it? Go down the description of this video. Find the link to the community page. It's news.lalate.com/community. Click the link and it'll send you over there. Here's a little bit about them, and I'll be back with you in 60 seconds with the final 15 of this big, wonderful Evenings LALATE broadcast. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. and then afternoons LA Late at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late. And the excitement continues right now as we go into a big, bold, beautiful evenings LA with incredible great details about your fourth stimulus check update and the $3.5 trillion recon. Done deal, sign, and seal. The latest details direct from Santa Monica tonight is that Bernie Sanders is getting praise from both sides of the political spectrum because this is a transformative event, the biggest payout you've ever seen in the history of this channel and the history of this government in over a generation. $3.5 trillion of checks, but what are they? I explain them in the second half of this video. I'll go over why Purple Hawks will kill it under fourth stimulus and Donettas will be left with nothing but a donut. Then we go to the president's secret meeting and what he's trying to do to get this done. We go over the incredible money that's set for fifth stimulus as well. We go over what's heating up next for Purple Hawks, and then we go over the exciting details of what's next with Recon Substantive. And with that, I'm so excited for you to join me on the continuation tonight of Evenings LA. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. And meantime, don't forget to hit those alerts by becoming an alert viewer. It's totally free. You go to news.la.com/alerts and join the biggest alert system for news across the board. Get alerts whenever a video goes live. Watch for that confirmation email, hit the blue button, and you're ready to rock it. Meantime, let's turn to the exciting details about fifth stimulus. The fifth stimulus starts in September. It's just a blink of an eye away. It's that SSI reform. And it'll raise your benefits up, then apply a new benchmark, and they hope to get this done by November. Let's go over what it involves. Step one, they'll raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they'll remove the asset cap, apply an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. Who is this for? This is for you. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits. Step one, they raise your benefits up lifetime. Step two, they apply a new benchmark. That new benchmark is inflation, which would be applied in December for next year's benefits. Where's inflation going? It's going to be transitory. What does transitory mean? A temporary spike before it comes back down. And Bullard, one of the Fed presidents, regional presidents, today said, that inflation rate in December is going to go really high. Good. That's exactly where they apply our benchmark. Good news for us. I say it's going to be about 5%. Let's do the analysis. First, they raise your benefits up. Then they apply the benchmark. And if it's 5%, that means your benefits will go up another 5%. Not just next year, but lifetime. Yes, because once your benefits go up, they never go down. They're going to remove the asset cap dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't stay on benefits and have more than $3,000 in hand. It's going to go away. So now you'll be able to have some muddled. Did you call this muddled? Excuse me. No, this is blue. You'll be able to have some blue in your hand and also some stimulus checks. They're going to remove the income cap dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work and stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty is going to go away. And love is going to win, and you'll be able to do a pair dance at your own wedding. Like Rob and Sandy, no longer fear the marriage penalty and no longer worry about lots of benefits. Finally, will there be a fifth stimulus check? The Democrats in that subcommittee represent there will be. And lastly, if you're in the live chat and you're not become a Purple Hawk, what are you doing? Click the link under the video and become a Purple Hawk today. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. Why is it important to become a Purple Hawk? Because there's a lot of other money in these stimulus packages besides a stimulus check. And when I launched Purple Hawks in January this year, I said, sure, $1,400 stimulus check coming for the president, but that's not what you should focus on. You should be focusing on $14,000 I can get you across the board. And Purple Hawks, the antithesis of a Donetta, said, you know what? I'm going to not focus on a donut. I'm going to focus on getting 14,000. And today you saw the success stories. Look at these success stories just today. We had Shanann's neighbor getting close to $20,000 overnight. We had Joanne getting close to $10,000 today. Becca Legan and Treola getting $2,400. Dawn getting up over $15,000. And then 2 or 3 viewers in the last 2 days like Robert and Johnny getting nearly $25,000. The numbers are real and they're getting bigger by the day. Purple Hawks understand one very simple premise. There's a lot of money in these stimulus packages. And it's a lot more than a stimulus package. Daily, the Purple Hawks are delivered from me to them a breakdown of all the big money under first, second, and third for them to get. And they're killing it. Rent, utilities, food, internet, and more. And when forced stimulus becomes law, it details what's in there as well. So consider becoming a Purple Hawk. The link's under the video. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, starting right now. Deal, done, signed, sealed. Boy, it feels good. Your recon of $3.5 trillion has passed. All that's left is the recon substantive. Oh boy, this is big. Let me explain why this has been a game-changing historic week. A recon of procedural nature passed on Tuesday, which means the following. 1, there will now be a recon. Number 2, it will be $3.5 trillion. Number 3, that $3.5 trillion is checks for you. Number 4, that recon is nearly all checks for the American people and 0 for corporations. And finally, it's the biggest recon we've ever seen in the history of this channel. Oh my goodness. The recon is generally application-based. I don't mean you fill out a 20-page application. I mean, you pick up the phone and say, I want some dental. I want some vision money. I want some hearing aid money. I want reduced Medicare benefit. I want reduced eligibility, a lower eligibility age for Medicare benefits. I want more Medicare benefits. I want money for this. You pick up the phone, you ask for it. And that has always been the biggest payouts we've seen across this board. It's incredible great news because this is a transformative, generational changing amount of money. What are some of the provisions in there? Here are some of them proposed. We don't have the bill yet, but here are some of them proposed. Checks for farming, checks for free internet, checks for seniors, checks for workers, and then lots of checks across the board for other things like checks for medicine and cheaper prescription medication, free school meals for all, checks, and also checks across the board. Wow. Now, what did the president say on Sunday? He said, you know what? There's one of these that I really like, and I want you Democrats to talk a lot about it. It's cheaper prescription medication costs. Why? Because it comes to the American people overnight, within 24 hours of it becoming law. Yes. Let me explain what's happening. Basically, if you went into a pharmacy on Monday and you paid $50 for something, this becomes law on Tuesday. The next day you go in there, it's $5, for example. He slashes the prices and instantly you see the economic benefit on your wallet the next day. Not 5 weeks from now, not 5 days from now, the next day, 5 hours from now. How does this work? Because the federal government has prescribed rates with the pharmaceutical companies and was basically in this provision under this bill slash those rates. Wow. So recon procedural, recon substantive, what is the difference? What the difference is recon procedural says we're doing it. It's guaranteed. So then the recon substantive is really the terms and conditions of the it. Okay, so Americans are getting $3.5 trillion. What are the terms and conditions of the it? And let's go to now that graphic again. Recon procedural. Are we doing a $3.5 trillion recon? We are. It's done. So then what is left? The recon substantive, which is what are the terms and conditions of how we're spending the money? And we have 6 House seats up for grabs. Not my House seats. There are 6 House seats up for grabs. Republicans and Democrats. And guess what? They're talking about you and me. On Monday on the House floor, they talked about we better do the right stimulus or we may lose our seats. They actually talked about seats for stimulus, a social media campaign which I launched last year, which says, give us the right stimulus or we're taking your seats. And that is why you cannot be relaxed. Even though $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people, that is now confirmed, you want to make sure it's spent the right way. And that is why you have to go on social media, tag your elected officials, hashtag seats for stimulus. Make sure you spend the money the right way. Let's turn to the issue of what money means when it's application-based. Nothing different. It's been this way since day one. In fact, the vast majority, 99%, of all stimulus since day one of this channel has been where you go somewhere to get it. And I don't mean you're filling out a 50-page form. I mean you're picking up the phone saying, hi, I want this. PBT, you picked up the phone. PPP, you picked up the phone. PUA, you picked up the phone. EIDL, you went to a website. Or you download an app. And you say, I want this money. That has always been how stimulus has worked. Donetta came out of nowhere somewhere in early 2021, which was the concept of I don't do anything and money just is in my hand. No, that has never been the concept of stimulus. And the federal government, it has different branches of government. It has the IRS, it has medical branches, it has branches for housing. So guess who sends out a check for housing? The housing department, not IRS. Does IRS send out a check for medical? For dental, for vision? No. But you certainly want it. You certainly want it. And that is why the Purple Hawks are going to pounce when we see fourth stimulus into law. Bernie Sanders was praised by both sides of the political spectrum today, and he spoke out about the situation because it really is a transformative event. It's a transformative event because it's a lot of money, and we've never seen this type of money ever. We really haven't. And this is what Bernie Sanders says. I always negotiate. The truth is we need more than 3.5 trillion. The needs are there. This is it. This is my view, the minimum of what we should be spending. I understand the budget chairpersons, referring to himself, historically have done their work within the beltway of D.C., but I really think the function of a budget chairman is to get out among the people. That's why he's going out among the people and talking to them about the spending and the provisions. We are proposing this budget to be going to be extremely and enormously popular. One thing you're hearing for the first time on Evenings in LA right now is that line. Sanders is basically saying, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. How should I be spending this money as your budget chairperson? I'm not going to just stay in the Beltway. He's referring to just around the Washington, D.C. area. I'm not just going to stay in my office in D.C. I want to go out and talk among the people and say, how do you want me to spend the money? Chuck Schumer praised him. Bernie Sanders is great at coming up with ideas and getting movement behind him, but now he's proven to be a great legislator as well. We've worked so closely. I think I'm probably talking to him 4 to 5 times a day. Then even Minority Leader Mitch McConnell praised Bernie overnight. He said Bernie Sanders may have lost the Democratic nomination for president, but he won the Democratic Party. And finally, Bernie says, there are a number of nuances and differences. I've heard them as a budget chairman. Every day, this is one that is I'm worried about, and this one you want to worry about more. But every member of the caucus understands, Democrat caucus, this is transformative for the American people. It's the right thing to do, and it's politically popular. Wow. Incredible, great news. So let's go back over then what this recon means for you. $3.5 trillion of checks, guaranteed, passed. Now they're determining how to spend the money upon you. There is room to put stimulus checks in there on top of that. $3.5 trillion is a lot of money. It dwarfs all previous stimulus packages. And yes, they've represented they're going to put stimulus checks in there. But what is guaranteed is $3.5 trillion of checks for you. And so if you have picked up the phone and gotten rent, utilities, food, internet, EIDL, PPP, SNAP, PBT, anything, PUA, if you've gotten anything with this channel and all the countless hundreds of thousands of videos over the last year, you're going to be ready to pounce for stimulus because it involves more than holding out the hand and asking for a donut. Finally, 2 personal messages across the board. Boy, it has been a great week, and I am just so excited for you. I want to reflect back on the historic vote of Tuesday. I want to reflect on what went into that vote, and I want to reflect on what's going forward. I'm really excited for you, but I'm also excited for you to understand that this is a lot of money. This is a lot of money. We went into Tuesday with me saying that it was going to pass, that the recon procedure was going to be a quick vote, that they already agreed upon the price tag before it started, and that it would be a done deal. And it was. It took less than 8 hours. We went into that day with that passage and the massive payout that is now coming to the American people. But along the way, even after that incredible achievement, there's people who want to rain on your parade. Don't let them. Don't let them. They may have a political agenda to rain on your parade. They don't like Bernie. They don't like the president. They want you to think you're not getting anything under 3.5 trillion. Guess who's going to be first in line when the money's available? They will. This is the biggest payout of the history of this channel. They may be that person that says they're not coming back to vote in August. They did. They came back on Monday. They're not voting on anything this week. They did, and they passed it on Tuesday. They may be that person that says you're never going to get the money. That Kristen Sinema is going to cheat you at the very end. No, she's already agreed upon the 3.5 trillion. It's done. It's done. It's a done deal. All they're agreeing upon is how to spend the money in the provisions. They love to rain on your parade. Don't let them, because as you sit back, you're going to see the money raining. You're going to see the money raining, and that is the ultimate revenge to people who don't like seeing you succeed. And to all the incredible people who succeeded this week, God bless you. To everyone that will succeed tomorrow, send me your message. I congratulate Shanann, who succeeded this week, and her friend Dawn and Mary and Joanne and Becca Leanne and Crayola, who helped her. I congratulate Johnny, who succeeded yesterday, and Dottie, who succeeded the day before. Sharon and Donnie, who I featured 2 days ago, and Donald and Robert. The countless viewers, Helen and Kathy, the day before. All these people are succeeding. The ultimate revenge is cashing the check. And with that, don't let anyone rain on your parade when the money is raining. And with that, have a beautiful evening. Join me next as Overnight's Crypto heats up. Tomorrow morning, this excitement continues. I'm back on live with you on Mornings LA at 9 a.m. Don't miss me on early mornings LA at 4 a.m. Meantime, if you've not signed up for the LA alerts, please do. Yes, the YouTube alerts are back. After a 1-week outage, it is back. But the LA alerts are going nowhere. If you've not signed up, please do. Everyone loves them. I love them. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. They're simple. They're easy breezy. They're free. You go to news.la.com/alerts. Go in there and click the link. It'll send you directly to the LALATE website. You put in your name and email address. Watch your spam folder for the confirmation. You must confirm. Over 1,000 of you are still in confirmation mode. And click the blue button, and then you're confirmed. For Gmail users, the confirmation email may be in the promotions folder. And with that, thank you for joining me on a big night of Evenings LA. Stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling, keep on making it rain, and stay with LA.